Hello, hello. Let's check our mic over here. Yeah, it's about time, and I see that some of our speakers are joining us already. GM. Oh, and Tangerine. Sorry, you need to mute your mic. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, and I'm going to check our speakers. We got Brian with our BAC project, and we have our guest hero over here. Awesome. Let's check if we have. Oh, yes, certainly. I need to bring our Ultiverse account over here as well. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm going to bring our account. And we would like to invite Anichess official Twitter handle to also join us on the stage. Feel free to join us. Thank you so much. And let's see, we are also live streaming on Binance Live as well. So it's a big day. Let me check our connections on Binance Live. Awesome. Okay, we are all good. We're all good there. And I'm going to bring our Ultiverse account to the stage as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's amazing mega GameFi space. We have Anichess, Gas Hero, Ultiverse, and BAC. We also see a variety of Web3 gaming projects over here joining today's event. That is just awesome. And this is the very first mega space, or should we say Web3 gaming party that is co-organized by Tangerine. Tangerine is an OG Chinese language community established at the end of 2021, dedicated to contributing to the development of the Web3 field. And it has gained considerable fan within the Web3 Chinese community. We're very happy to be able to collaborate with you. And listen moonlight from Ultiverse. As far as I know, that Ultiverse is an AI-driven gaming world beyond imagination. And we craft our games with VR, and we also build our ecosystem with NFTs. We are powered by Bodhi, it's an AI protocol, and we are backed by Binance Labs and Sequoia. Now, we would like to invite our guest speakers to also introduce yourself and talk about your project briefly with us, and we are going to officially start today's session. Once again, today we are giving away a lot of amazing prizes, including or SOUL from Ultiverse. We're going to pick, let's see, how about let's pick 10 winners. If you could, leave a message in the comments, and then you might get picked to win a prize. And also today, BAC, also they are going to sponsor a whitelist spot. Okay, so this is definitely not very easy to get because we know that the first round of whitelist only got like 300. 300. So you're going to have a chance to win one of the 300 whitelist spot for the first round. Okay, and listen, Moonlight, I'm from Ultiverse. I'm the head of community and BD at Ultiverse. Now, I would like to present our microphone to Brian. So introduce yourself and your project to us. Thank you.
GM, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay, Moonlight?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Just checking. So hey everyone, this is Brian. I'm the head of strategy and operations at Animoca Brands. And I also head up the Anichess project, right? And so Anichess is a project that was incubated by Animoca, and it's being conducted in partnership with chess.com. So in case some of you who may not, be familiar with chess, chess.com is basically the largest online chess platform, with over 150 million registered users, 15 million DAU, and so on and so forth. What AnyChess really is we're taking the classic game of chess and really adding what we call a spell mechanics or a TCG style mechanic to the game, which lends itself more towards one, hopefully something that the regular chess players and the professional chess players would enjoy, but also hoping to be a product where the traditional gamers would love as well, right? And so we actually just launched our first product, which is a chess puzzle game that is available on browser and on mobile early this week. So do hit us up at the end of the space and check us out at anichess.com.
That is just
Thank you.
marvelous. Thank you so much, Brian, for joining us today. And we would also like to invite our Step in Europe account over here, BD at Gas Hero.
Hello,
And
hello,
would you like to introduce yourself? Thank you.
hello. Um, Excited to be here. I'm BAC, BD at FSL, game developer studio behind the project Stefan. Today I want to talk about the Gas Hero. It's our second game in our ecosystem. It's a Web3 social strategy game where gamers compete for power, glory, and wealth in a tree-like world structure with the clans, guilds, districts, cities, and even for the whole world. Game is built on the Polygon, and it's really fun. It's launched on January 3rd, so I suggest everyone to go and check this game.
That is just awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction. And now we would like to bring my phone to BAC over here. Hello, BAC. Would you like to introduce yourself and your project to us? Thank you.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Orion from BAC. Can you hear me? Is there any noise? Can I
Yes,
take
there
this
are
one?
some. Yeah, there are some noises indeed, but that's okay. We could hear you.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So first of all, we BAC, we are a game series that gonna build on a casual games that we make people have fun at the same time and also earn. We would like to bring in like social elements to make that people found fun instead like playing alone. But now they can bring in more people, maybe their friends to play together. And also we're gonna be the first GameFi on last layer because we believe that the social element on last layer is very perfect for us to where we're gonna build our games. So we are gonna launch our first game in February, and now we are doing out about 300 whitelists for people to try the beta test. So like Moonlight said just now, you might stand a chance to get the whitelisted. So be active and join us. Right.
Thank you so much. And I believe, yeah, it probably is traveling so that we could hear some noises, but that's okay. Thank you for spending time and joining us together. Now we are going to go to our discussion topic over here because we wanted to explore what's the next of the Web3 gaming, right? What's the trend? What's your plans as your project in this year 2024? A lot of people anticipate at least it's going to be a big year of Web3 games, and we might see one or more phenomenal gaming projects in Web3 that could really onboarding a ton of users to Web3, right? So let's talk about, well, the game positioning, yeah, of play to earn, right, and will make users' motivation shift toward making, yeah, some profits instead of playing games. How do we solve this problem in Web3? Because when we think about GameFi, a lot more users, well, to be honest, in Web3 actually pay attention to the fight part instead of the game, right? And starting from over here, the discussion part, I would like to invite our guest speakers to just freely open your mic and jump into the discussion. We don't have to follow any orders. Thank you. We'd like to hear about your insight. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is the most important question in the Web3 games, right? So first of all, I think we should build the fun games, the games that will provide the another incentive rather than making money. For example, this Happen, our first game, lifestyle app, how we love to call it, is sometimes it's app that build a habit in the users. That's why we see the millions of registered users and hundreds of thousands monthly active users in the game still nowadays. Because in the end, this game build habit, and people enjoyed playing it, and people enjoy to walking with Steppen with their dogs and outdoors. And I think it's one of the funniest games in the GameFi space. Same for the Gas Hero, right? So first of all, Johnny, who is the mastermind behind our game, just built the game to be the fun in the first place, to have the very unique white paper and very unique game mechanics. When you join the Gas Hero, the first you see you are settled in the clan. You will fight the boss to become a clan leader. This clan is located inside the guild with another 8 more clans. This guild is located on district with other guilds, and these districts are located in the cities, right? With the new leaders on each space. So what we created with this game, which is really different from the Steppen and the other games, is that we have here some social elements. So people should play together, talk together, have craft together, have some strategies, help each other, or battle with each other for some glory or for some power. So I think right now what we see, we broke all the records on Polygon with the trading volume, and it's really far what we achieved in a very short period of time. But what we see is that the game brought fun back to the Web3 space. I think no one, you can check that no one is complaining about the making money or something like this about the Gas Hero. They are building their lineups. They are building their connections with the other guilds to fight for the name and power and flame and glory. So I think what we are missing in the gamify world is the fun. And yes, I think first on the first place, the game should be fun to play, and on only after this we can think about how this game can provide any earning mechanism.
Thank you so much for sharing your viewpoint with us. Yes, and how do we attract our users to really focus on the game part, right? Or have some balance between game and fi? And we would like to also hear from Brian and AA. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think, from an Animoca perspective, I think we share a similar view, right? So I think number one is, yeah, I think that the landscape for GameFi has evolved over time. I think if you think back to just 1 or 2 years ago, where the focus of I would say the first generation of games was really focused on the fi part, or the financial part of the game, right? And I think this is really just a reflection of where we were, of probably how early we were as an industry. I think if we look forward to 2024, or even 2025, I think we will see a lot of games that have been building throughout the bear market that will be coming to the market, right, pretty soon, right? And I think these next wave of games are expected to be of much higher quality, which is very natural for every industry that is going through the different phases of development, right? And I think from our perspective, the way we typically like to approach this sector is really to also work with companies like chess.com, or even companies like One Championship, which is a big MMA promotion company, who already have an existing audience base, or a Web2 base, right? And really working with these different partners to build out a Web3 proposition, right? And so in the case of chess.com, what that resulted in was really around this whole Anichess project that we're building, right? And so I think from a Web 2 perspective, I think the fundamental bar is whether this game or not is fun to play. But we also wanted to offer a path for the Web 3 natives to also engage in the game, right, if they wanted to, right? And so this could be in the form of optional Web3 layers where, they could have the opportunity to engage in our NFTs or any potential tokens that we incorporate in the game. But this is kind of a gradual onboarding process that we hope to, take different users through the more they engage in the game, right? And so, one of the reasons why we chose chess as the foundation to build upon is chess has been a game that has existed for many, many, many centuries. It is a game that has been played across many different generations. So there's quite a steady and sticky user base around this product, right? And what we're doing together with chess.com is really just taking a product that has been loved by many generations, adding a new innovation on top of it to really create a new genre of gaming, right? And so I think we like to call this new genre of gaming a combination of classic chess plus a TCG style mechanic, right? And we hope that by pioneering this new form of gaming or this new genre of gaming, we're able to compete in what we call a white space or a blue ocean where there's just a much stronger value proposition or a less crowded market, right? So I guess this is probably you know as we see the next waves and the next waves of games, I do believe they will just continue to get better because we realize that just focusing on the financial part of Web3 gaming is not what is going to sustain the project over a long term, right? So this is probably just to summarize kind of how we see this sector at AB.
Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing your viewpoints. Yes, we definitely wanted to solve the problem that wanted to shift the focus, right, towards gaming and also create more playable games for our Web3 users and attract more traditional Web2 gamers to join Web3 as well. And how about AA from BAC? Would you like to share your viewpoints on this part and also tell us how BAC would do to solve this issue? Thank you.
Yeah, cool. So I actually totally agree with what Brian said. Because like look at what we have in for the past few years in GameFi. So there are just some basic game. Because for us, we think that game should be fun. Game should be fun at first before you go bring in all the other elements. If game is not fun, then why do you play games? But then because when you need to spend time to play game, we also concern about time consuming as well. So this is why we target to come out with a casual game series for people to have fun at the same time, so they also can utilize the fragments time. And other than that, if you look at what happened in the previous GameFi, they just come in, they bring in, they call it so-called games, and also they bring in some financial elements. But when people get in, they don't really have fun. I know some of them that think it was like a job because for them, they don't really play game, but they are somehow working just to earn the financial gain. And now for us, what we try to do is we try to come up with something that you can utilize your times and also you can have fun at the same time because we believe that social element in games is one of the things you couldn't be missed. Imagine you're playing a game. If you're playing along, yep, probably you can have fun for a short time. But for you to have fun for a long time, I don't think you can really do it. But imagine when you're playing games with your friends, with your team, there is where you can get more engagement. And this is where you can bring more fun to the people and they will have more stickiness to the games. So this is what we're trying to do as well.
Thank you so much, for sharing the solutions from BAC, the Blast Auto Club. And well, I definitely looking forward to all of the three projects over here. Yeah, by bringing more fun games right to the Web3 space. Thank you. And I also wanted to reveal that for Ultiverse this year, actually pretty soon, well, we started to review more and more about gameplay, right? Teasers and a lot of screen recordings because we are going to push out brand new AI driven virtual world to our Web3 players as well. And it will coming soon in Q1 this year. So definitely, yeah, hope everyone feel free to so give all of our guest speakers and their project a follow so that you can receive additional information about their gameplays. And now we are going to go to our second discussion topic. Does the innovative GameFi economic model prevent games from falling into a long-term death spiral? When we think about GameFi, we have to research on their tokenomics, right? Is there the best solution? How could we prevent that spiral? How do you do from each of your project? I would like to definitely hear from our experts over here. Thank you. Should we have Gassira go first as well?
Yes, please. I think this is a question any project is just thinking about it whole day and whole night. But I think some of the projects started thinking how to come up with this problem. For example, I see many gamified projects who just introduce many tricks to burn some in-game assets, right? For example, Axie Infinity, Stappen. What we introduced in the Gas Hero is we all items, all heroes, all weapons, and all pets. As soon as you line up them on the battlefield, they will have the lifespan. So they will die after some day. For common heroes, they will die in 20 days, uncommon 30, and up to legendary. This will partially help the economy, right? We will not have some huge amount of NFTs in the end. The second part is the tokenomics, as you mentioned. This is the crucial part for the gamified project. Same, what we did not introduce any new token inside the Gas Hero. We built the whole game around our ecosystem token, GMT. So rather than minting any new token inside the game, we have the tons of tools that burn GMT instead. For example, from the launching the game on the Polygon, Gas Hero already burned more than 6 million GMTs inside the game through the minting new heroes, through the upgrading these heroes and breeding these heroes and trading on in-game auction houses and stuff like that. You can just go and on Dune Analytics, search for the Gas Hero dashboard, and you will see, for example, how crucial this game was for GMT itself. So I think these type of tools and innovations in the end will help the gamified projects a lot.
Thank you so much for sharing insight with us. And well, everyone feel free to pin your important Twitter post to the top of our screen over here, because we definitely would like to listen to all of our guest speakers sharing information while also reading some important announcement from each of your project. And for a new audience who just joined our space, today we are organizing our very first Mega GameFi space with Tangerine and Ultiverse, as well as Anichess, Gas Hero, and BAC. We're very happy to have all of you over here. And we are going to give away 20 winners. Did I say 20 or 10? Okay, anyways, if I say 20, then I will honor that. Okay, 20 winners that we are going to drop so for you. So if you could leave a message in the comments, you might win the prize. Okay, we are going to contact you through Twitter DM. Thank you so much for participating in today's event. And also BAC today will also give away a whitelist spot to a lucky winner, because we know that their first round only had like a collection of 300, right? So we're very happy to also have one spot over here today. And now we're going to continue to ask Brian over here. Would you like to also share how Anichess do to solve death spiral in your gaming ecosystem? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So I think to your question, right, I don't really think that there is a one size fit all approach to, to kind of prevent the so-called death spiral. I do feel that, fundamentally, the game has to stand on its 2 feet without the Web3 component and be able to to basically live on, right? So that should be the bar. Now, when we have that minimum bar of a high quality or fun, gameplay, I think then, I almost think of tokenomics and Web3 as leverage, right? On top of the game, right? And because it can go both ways. And so I think for Anichess specifically, the way we really think about integrating tokenomics is fundamentally based on the principle that because chess in its nature is a game of skill and a game of fairness, in our current game, we do not want to allow a pay to win mechanic, right? Which means that if I come into any chess and I play against someone who, you know, does not want to spend any money to buy, the different spells or the different NFTs, um, he or she will not be at a disadvantage versus someone who, probably is interested in purchasing, cosmetics, which, give a different spell effect or give a different cosmetic chess piece or a cosmetic chessboard because we allow everyone to customize, their UI and UX. Fundamentally, we want it to still be a fair-based game, right? And so there will, in our tokenomics, we will not allow people to, basically pay to win, right? So that's number one. Number two is we also want to cater and have the mechanism to allow people to earn NFTs in the game by completing quests or by completing tournaments, but also allow people to earn rewards pools or prize pools when they either win a one-on-one match in any chess or they win kind of a tournament that we will be organizing very regularly in the Anichess game, right? And so, for us, the emissions of the different non-fungible tokens, or whether it be fungible or non-fungible, are all quite limited to basically the game, right? And I would almost think of it quite similar to for those of you who have been playing Parallel, we do draw, some references and quite like, the parallel tokenomics as well. So, there's some elements they're drawing that we are drawing from, the different projects when it comes to integrating the Web3 aspects into a game, right? And I think last but not least, we would always keep the Web3 layer optional for our players, right? So there is a path that we offer for players who, are going to come from the chess.com space, who are not familiar with, blockchain or decentralized technology. We will allow them, a path to, log in with their socials and start playing the games and earning our kind of in-game assets. It's just that behind the scenes or behind the hood, all these assets that they are earning are NFTs, right? And so we would have already onboarded or took in the first step to onboard these players, to Web3 through this type of a journey. Now, obviously, if you're Web3 native, we also provide an alternative journey where you can connect to our game in using MetaMask and kind of do all the different types of secondary trading and whatnot that you would be doing as a Web3 native within our game as well, right? So it's really around offering that flexibility for the different player personas that we want to target within the game.
Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing from NHS viewpoint to talk about how to prevent that spiral. And I also pinned each of the guest speaker projects tweet on the tab of our space so that everyone, when you are listening to today's discussion topic on what's the next step for Web3 gaming in 2024, right? This is our topic today. And when you're listening from each of our guest speakers from Anichess, Gas Hero, Ultiverse, and BAC, feel free to also read their major post over here. And I would like to present the microphone to AA from BAC. We know that BAC has not launched your token yet, right? But would you like to review a little bit about the token plan in your project, and also how to prevent long-term debt spiral. Thank you.
All right. Okay. First of all, we think that there is no perfect solutions for everything. Some things has something to fit with them. So, but what we believe is in our games, social element is something that we could be miss off. So this is why from the start we keep on mentioning and emphasize about social elements. Bring your friend, play together, and play as a team. So in our games, at first, if you want to start being this game, first you have to have your NFT, and you need to find a team before you can start earn your tokens. This is why we come up with this mechanism. I believe like some of the game we know before probably just in like you can play it alone. You come up with your own NFT or you just buy the one NFT, then you can start playing alone. For us, we believe that even though you have the NFTs, but you still have to find your peers together for you to form a club and before you can start earning. So one of the mechanism we do is first you have to come up with a club, and this club have to be filled by certain role that before you can start earning. And for you to fill up this role, you need to find your peer and you need to find people who own the NFT, then form a club, then they can start earning. And also to prevent like some games they come up with too many tokens, and this is don't know we call it like a bit not really good for the ecosystem. And we actually just only come up with emphasis on we will be launching one token, which is the BAC token, and this token we will use it across all of our game series as well. So for now, the first game BAC we call it the Blast Auto Club will be the first game, and then we're gonna come up like second game and third game in the quarter 3 and quarter 4 as well. So like if you put the fun aside, after fun, right, you need to have social elements. Without social elements, the game will be bored over the time. Because with human interactions, with engagement, this is where people bring more funds. When you have like discussion with your team, you've discovered a strategy, how can you optimize like your in-game items or anything that I believe that this is where you can build relationship with people that you are engaging as well. And with this, it bring more stickiness to the game, and also probably this might be a way for you to prevent that spiral.
Thank you so much, A, for sharing insight from the Blast Auto Club over here. Wow, and we certainly looking forward to be able to participate in the gameplay of each of our projects over here. And now I will start to reveal a bit about Ultiverse plan over here. We actually just published our white paper and our tokenomics in the end of last year, and it already posted over here, and we are going to definitely share yeah tokens with and distribute to our ecosystem holders, right? And we also keep pushing out different products within our ecosystem. So our crypto, our token, Ultiverse token UOTC, it's a governance token of the whole Ultiverse ecosystem that will be have many use cases in a long run to prevent that spiral. And if you are interested in learning more, I already pinned our white paper and token company on the top of today's space. And I want to once again mention like 8% of our tokens will be distributed to our ES holders, our SOL holders, and holders of our ecosystem assets. So, friends, today we're giving away what? We're giving away SOL, right? So, which means SOL, the rewards that we are giving away at today's space will be able to convert it into UOTC, our Ultiverse governance token. Therefore, be sure to post messages in the comments for a chance to win. Okay, where to post? We do hope that you could post in the comment of today's Twitter space, or you could post in the comment of today's Twitter space announcement. That would be awesome. We're going to select 20 winners. Thank you so much. And next, let's go to our third discussion topic over here. The time is 8:34 a.m. here in East Coast America. Very awesome. Yeah, I feel like I'm pumping, right, while listening to all of our speakers' insights. That your view about Web3 gaming space in 2024. So let's talk about what other venture capital perspective and opinions of investment institutions on current game projects. So will these one, well, we have to well check if we have anyone who is from the with yeah the VC's viewpoint that we could talk about it. And if not, we could, yeah, of course, give Elise as well. And as far as I know, right, each of our projects will have, yeah, investment from huge institutions, right? And also, of course, we have to get ready, right, for them to do a lot of due diligence, do a lot of check, and we also need to provide a lot of data, right, from our different on-chain records. And yeah, so how about let's talk about how we prepare our projects to get invest in by those VCs. How about that? Let's talk about this topic. And should we also once again starting from Gas Hero, because we know that Gas Hero is definitely very strong, right? You are like backed by Stefan. It's just awesome.
Thank you. I think I can tell you that I don't know how the other projects are working on this topic, to be honest. And I think everyone in mind is building their games to be attractive from the VC perspective. But same, if you can't attract the gamers, I think you can't attract the VCs as well. So first of all, games should be built for the people who plays it, right? So if this will be done correctly, I think the VCs and other investment institutions will be more pleased and more interested in the game. I think the game should have the strong gameplay and big fun for its gamers. And from the some gamify perspective and the Web3 perspective, it should have some tools which helps the overall tokenomics of the game and economy of the game, right? So I will just say that for the Gas Hero, what we have built, because the game is on the Web3 and all transactions are happening on the blockchain, and we can just see everything inside the game. We built the analytics dashboard, which also gamers and the financial institutions can go and check, for example, how this game affects the overall GMT, or how gamers perform, how each wallet perform inside the game. So yes, I think we and all other projects first of all should build for the gamers, provide fun, long term, strong economy inside the game, and I think everything else will be come with it with after this will be perfectly done.
Thank you so much for sharing from your side to us. And we all know that, right? It's really not very easy to get funds from VCs or financial institutions, especially during last year, right? It was a long bear round. And now we would like to hear about Brian. And we know Anichess is definitely really strong, right? And also
Yeah,
backed
we
by
would like
Animoca.
to know about a perspective from Brian because he's from Anmoca brands. So we like to know how would you pick those GameFi project from your perspective, and what's your vision to this GameFi project before you start your investment? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Happy to share some perspectives. I think at the end of the day, at AB, when we look at the different projects, there's really no, it's really not like a rocket science thing that at least from my perspective we employ. So there's a couple of factors that we typically look at, right? So I think number one is, if for those of you who are familiar with Animoca, our mission is really to and vision is really to ensure that we deliver true digital ownership to the masses, right? And I think our thesis has always been at the very beginning that gaming as a sector is one of the most conducive ways to help us achieve this mission, right? Just because the gaming population is significant at 3.2 billion, or more than a third of the world's population. And these people are mostly digital natives, right, who already have a digital or an existing relationship with their in-game assets, right? So this has always been our thesis when it comes to investing in GameFi. And so within this realm, what we typically look at is, number one is, what is the likeliness of this game to adopt a meaningful player base, right? So that's number one, right? Number two is the usuals around tokenomic sustainability. Is something slightly more technical, that we would, and I'm sure most VCs would look at, right? I think thirdly is, and this is often, um, in my view, overlooked, right? And that is around the founding team and the execution capability of that team, right? And because what we realized, and just based on our experience so far, is that one is, it is very easy to have a concept or an idea, right? But it's actually very difficult to execute that in a way or in a pace that is in sync with the very fast world of Web3 that we are in, right? So we also look at how early stage these products are when we assess these deals, and what is our confidence in the ability of that team to deliver that game to the market, right? And how long that will take, right? And I think particularly for Web3 gaming projects, they have it. It's even more difficult for them just because of the realities of the space that we live in, right? It is a very different mindset and approach to build games in Web3 versus in Web2, right? So I think the founding team and the execution capability beyond others is what we really look for, right? When it comes to assessing different deal opportunities.
Thank you so much, Brian, for answering the question. And we also like to hear from you because, as we mentioned, that Anichess is backed by a lot of huge institutions, right, including but not limited to Animoca brands and yeah, other VCs. So, would you mind to share a little bit with us about how your project team prepare for each round of the funding session? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So I think so far we raised a pretty small seed round only in June of 2023. So that was pretty much, I think it was 6 months ago, right? And we've pretty much within that 6 month gone to market with the first iteration of our product, right? Which is kind of the daily chess puzzles that everyone can log in on our website and solve, to play, right? And I think there's a couple of things that the team, you know, did to prepare for those discussions, right? I think number one was, at a very early stage, we already had a very clear mock-up, or enough of a proof of concept to show and demonstrate to investors that we had a pretty clear idea of what that product is, right? So that's number one. Number two is, we were also able to anticipate early what the you know challenges that or questions that potential investors would ask us, right, during the fundraise, right? And so one question that we anticipated, which came up very often, was, "Hey, chess seems to be a very niche or a very specific segment within gaming, right? And so why would as a VC that why would I want to invest into such a niche and small market, right? And so when it came to pitching these different investors, I mean, one is obviously having AB, at the back of us, really helped. But I think it was also around how do you communicate in a very clear and concise manner some of the most common worries that you think investors would be asking you, right? So we prepared and we did a lot of research into the chess market and why we believe that it was actually a much bigger space than most people would imagine. We also articulated very clearly on what our target you know player base or target segment is, right? Because there's a world of 3.2 billion gamers. You need to have some sort of focus, right? And then three is really just giving investors, and this goes back to my point on execution, right? Really giving them the sense that yes, it may be very early. We're still in our seed round. We don't have a final product, but giving them the confidence through either sharing with them a very concrete roadmap that you would be able to see X, Y, and Z by when, right? And I think that type of a communication and that very consistent narrative that we painted to all our investors was pretty helpful, right? Because I think at the end of the day, all the potential investors you speak to, they all know each other and they will talk amongst themselves, right? So if you're able to communicate a consistent narrative, that also really helps push things forward much faster.
Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing the insight with us. And we certainly, yeah, see like each of our gaming project over here are really, really strong. And I would also like to circle to a BAC to check if your projects prepare for any investment. Have you ever talked with any investors, and how would you prepare for your first round of fundraising? Thank you. Okay, I'm not sure if the connection is okay over there at AA. I know that he is traveling right now, and that's okay. I'm going to share my side because I could, yeah, talk about Ultiverse. We are actually going to have major announcement pretty soon. Okay, so be sure to expect some good news from us, and also want to let everyone know that about 2 years ago we got funds from Binance Labs and Sequoia, and also even after that we keep preparing, right? We keep building our communities, and now our community has about 250,000 members within our Discord server, and our Otter Live show that we got over 38 million likes for our Otter Live show. But we are also streaming on Binance Live right now, and our event is being featured on the front page of Binance over here. So to showcase of our amazing Web3 gaming projects over here, including our Anichess, Gas Hero, BSC, and Ultiverse. And we're very happy to bring all the audience from over the world fresh information from Web3, right? Every day. We've been doing that every day for, well, at least I have been live streaming on Binance for over 6,000 hours, for these past about 18 months. And so all those things, actually, we actually found that wow, investors they like to see these. They have to see what our products and how we could attract people, right? Traffic and users, our DAU, right? And our community keep growing, right? Even in the long bear round, right? Our community still stay active. In December, within just one channel within our Discord server, we got over 50,000 messages within one channel. That's our Chinese community, very active. And of course, we have a lot of different channels, right? We have about 14 different language channels. So this is just amazing, and we cannot do this without our community. And once again, I want to shout that. So they actually also relate to our next topic as well. And I see that AA is coming back over here. Hello, AA. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I think there was some connection issue.
Oh, that's
Should
okay.
I-
That's okay.
Yeah. Should I share about the how we gonna talk about the venture crypto, or we should proceed to the next topic?
yeah, let's proceed to the next topic. Let's how would BAC prepare for getting invested by different investors? Because I know that the BAC product team also have been connecting with different investors, right? Especially also chat with Blast. Yeah, they are
Yes,
huge.
we are talking closely to them. So okay, let me share something from us. So right, so when you're looking for investor, know there are certain pain point that we have to hit. So, but from this, based on our research, and we know that people are busy. People plan to do more things at the same time, and people have. For now, there are too many games to play, but everyone have limited time. So this is why we actually come up with the idea of come up with a casual game series. This is where people can spend the least of their time, and they can have fun and engage with their friend as well and earn something. So, like I say, there are too many games for you to play, but I know some games they offer like good graphic, probably have a fantastic storyline or other things, but the issue is people are busy, especially like people in Web3. People are busy like joining AMS, or they want to go do all these airdrops. What they plan to do things at the same time. So this is why we come up something that for them to use the the lesser time they can spend on this game, and they can have fun as well. And with this, we actually try to lower the barrier of time for them to start playing. And why they're gonna continue play this game? Because of the social element that we bring in. By engaging with people with the least of time they can spend on this, right? This is where they're gonna build stickiness, right? Probably every day I will come to the game. I spend like not even 1 hour, maybe half an hour. I open a game, I click it, I play it, I spend time with my friend. This is where they found the quality time. This is where the engagement will do the like chemistry between peoples. And I believe this is one of the pain point we can hit with our BAC game series. The point is, first, have fun. Second, have to be social elements. And third is consistency. If only one game, there's not enough. This is why we come up with a series. And with this series, like venture capital, they actually can see the consistency of our team that try to build. And this is where you can make people stay as well. Game have to come with stickiness, and there is where we try to build.
Thank you so much, for sharing your views with us. And certainly, we all know all the aspects are very, very important. However, we also know that in Web3, the most precious assets for us, each of the project, is our community. So we would like to hear about each of our speakers' long-term community building plan, and also how would you incentivize, right? How would you bring utilities for your loyal players or your loyal holders? Thank you. Do we have any guest speaker who would like to jump into this discussion topic? Or should we once again starting from guest hero? I'm sorry to call you all the time first.
No problem. No
I think
problem.
probably you can start first if you want us to. Probably I will take over this time.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
Yeah,
if you want to start this round, feel free to do it.
yeah.
How? Because I saw that the BAC Discord server just opened a few days ago, and during the first day, already got so many new members in, and they're all very
Yeah,
active.
yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, okay, like this is what we believe in first. It's all about people. This is why we always emphasize like social elements, people with a last time. This is why we try to emphasize it. So okay, because we just started, like you see, suddenly a massive of people joining our Discord. I think this is where I can see, oh, this is a game that we can play, have fun at the same time. Social element existed, and there is something that I should be try or be involved in. And because of this, I think even though like you're not sure what is it, but you want to be part of it. Like I want to see what is happening, and because of curiosity, and this is where you can when people comes in, they say, "Oh, I feel probably this is belongs to me, or this is something I should own, or I should be part of it." And this is where the community builds, right? And with this, we try to come up with something like I mentioned, we come up serious. This is where the series will bring people stick with it. People will come together, they will come along. Then when they come along, they will come together to play the game and stay together. This is how we target to build a long-term communities. And like I mentioned, there is only one token that will be launching, like BAC. With this token, you can actually like go across all the games you're gonna build on. And you don't need to like, oh, because I'm playing my first game and I'm holding a different token, so I am in a different community than the people who playing the second game or the third game. No. So basically, you are holding the same token. First of all, you are in the same token communities, and now you are playing the same game series. You are in the same community as well, and this is where we believe stickiness. People will come and they will try to mingle around, join people, join this and that, and this is where the long-term community will build.
That is very nice. Yes, community building. Let's go. And my role at Ultiverse is also head of community and BD, right? So I actually combine business development and growing our community, growing our ecosystem. And in a short time frame, in Q4 2023, we gave away rewards. We give a raffles, right? We conduct raffles for more than 500 times on AlphaBot. Just one single platform, we have more than 500 times on AlphaBot, and that definitely make our members happy, right? Because staying active would actually enhance their opportunities to win more prizes or have higher chance to receive rewards. So this is one of my tricks for growing our community and also keep our community really, really tight, really engaging to our activities. And I would like to also hear from Anichess or guest here, how would you maintain your community for a long run, and how do you provide rewards for your loyal community members? Thank you.
Yes, so communities, another name of the gas hero, right? As I mentioned, for example, as soon as you start your game, you will be inside your clan. So this is the very small portion of the community we are building. So you have to communicate with your clan members every day. On the early stages before we launch the game, all our NFTs were distributed to the communities. We minted special coupon NFTs, and through through many quizzes, many quests, and many challenges, we distributed these assets through Twitter and through Discord, and it was very fun. We also created the UGC contest for our Genesis heroes, where community was designing the different codename heroes, and and these heroes right now are Genesis heroes inside the gas hero. They also share some portion of the trading volume from these special and unique NFTs inside our game. So as I mentioned, the Gas Hero was launched on 3rd of January, and right now all our focus is around the community building. We had the huge events like PvP battles, individual matches, where the world champion got more than 1 million GMT, and this prize pool comes from in-game auction house sales and marketplace, secondary marketplace trading volume. So it's really fun. We have lots of BD products inside the game. We planned lots of partnership, lots of collaborations, and we have the seasonal games inside the Gas Hero. So it's not that we just launched and nothing will happen in the end. We have the cycles, we have the seasons. We also have very fun events when world leaders who are elected by communities through the voting and donation of the GMT will decide one day, should the world restart and start from the blank, or should the existing game continue for the next season? So as I mentioned, we have the many strategies, many ideas, and many innovations built inside the Gas Hero that will help to grow our community over the time. We just launched, we just started, so yeah.
That is just so nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have also seen a lot of my friends posting their in-game experience with Gas Hero and sharing, yeah, some tips for us. So this is so nice. This is so community driven, right? Community create content and sharing, yeah, across social media network that really helps to bring in more new community members. Thank you. And how about Brian? Would you like to share how NHS builds long-term community in Web3, and also how would you reward your community members? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Happy to share that. I think, at the most fundamental layer, it's really three very basic things, right? I think number one is when it comes to, community management, I think the way we approach it as the team is it is not just one person's job or responsibility to do it. So most, if not all, of the core team members are in the discords every day, interacting, with the community members and really getting a pulse on the community. So I think that's number one, and kind of being, very personal and relatable, and understanding the different types of profiles and personas that we have within our Discord, and always being reachable, right? I think that's number one. I think number two is even before we had our first product launch, we were trying to experiment with what are the most effective ways to engage with them, right? And so we adopted a variety of different activations, from quizzes, educational content, creative contests around kind of our IP and lore, community versus community tournaments around classic chess, and just to see and assess which are the ones that our community most resonated with, so that we could do more of those, right? And I think thirdly, we also, similar to some of the other projects here today, also implemented, quite a bit of social elements into our game, right? So for example, in the game that we just launched this week, we will be, releasing a feature that will be announced soon, which allows players to interact and basically compete with each other, right, inside the game. I think at a higher level, what we think would really resonate is, how do you build a story, an IP around the game, so that it's not just a game of chess, but there is an entire storytelling element that goes behind it, right? And because it is our belief that having a story, having a lore is something that would make the game much more meaningful, and create much more meaningful interactions between the players and the game. I think last but not least, and this really goes to the values and the ethos of Web3, is with NFTs, or fungible tokens and whatnot, you really are able to empower the players with the ownership paradigm, right? And so going back to the AB mission and vision, where we want our players to be empowered with true digital ownership. With that means that they're now able to participate in the governance or in certain decisions that are made by the game, so that rather than just being pure participants, they're able to also be co-creators, right? And I think with that, will result in a sustainable growth in the community. And I think last but not least, it's always recognizing the fact that we need to be able to identify who our most loyal players are, who our day one supporters are, and just ensuring that when it comes to, the different, future utilities, whether it be in-game assets or, future rewards, that, these players are the ones that are recognized, and prioritized, right? More often than not, it doesn't even have to be financial rewards, right? Just even giving them that recognition, giving them that ability to flex is often also just as good of a substitute, right? And so that is kind of how we, as a team, approach community building at Anichess.
Wow, that is marvelous. Community building at Anichess. And actually today each of our guest speakers share a lot of insightful information that all of our project teams could learn about. And we also appreciate that all of you for joining us, spending very precious an hour of time to discuss all the topics. And later I'm going to share our feature on Binance front page to each of our guest speakers so that it's kind of a keepsake, right? We are all here together and we are all be seen by our Binance Live audience. Thank you all for joining us. And Aliento, I would like to share information. Well, we wanted to appreciate that NHS provide 30 orbs that to our participants, and later we're going to share raffle link so that more people could be able to participate and we could just use um, a a task platform, right, to raffle it. That would be more fair. And also, of course, Ultiverse, we also will raffle our show to 20 participants of today's AMA session. That will also put to our Ultiverse Mission Runner, our test platform. And for BAC, later I will check how they are going to give away their precious one weather spot because, yeah, as I said, they really don't have a lot of spots for their first round. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us over here. And before we wrap up today's session, I would like to check with each of our guest speaker if there are still any information that you would like to share with us. For example, any recent community events that our audience could participate in, that or any other updates that you wanted to let our audience know. Please feel free to open your mic and share with us at least very last moment. Thank you.
Uh, I will advise everyone to go and follow the Gas Hero Twitter page. We have lots of surprises planned, lots of giveaways, and lots of fun quests and challenges. So go straight to the Gas Hero official and hit the follow and notifications buttons there. And
Of
sure,
course.
don't forget to check out the game. This is the one of the funniest games out there, I promise.
That is marvelous. Thank you so much. One of the most fun event, one of the most fun game in the Web3 space. Just awesome. And how about Brian? Would you like to share any updates from any chess with us? Thank you.
Yeah, I think just very quickly, I mean, do, visit our website, www.anichess.com, where, you'd basically be able to immediately try the product and the game that we just launched, 3 days ago. And, what building in Web3 is hard. We're all in it together. So, please do follow every, single gaming project that is out here speaking today, Ultiverse, Anichess, Gas Heroes, BAC. Do follow them all. And, let's build it together, right?
That is awesome. Let's all build together. And how about AA from BSC? Would you like to share any updates from BSC? Thank you.
All right. So as I say, so we are actually having our beta test next month, February, and now it's only limited to 300 slots. So for people who are interested, doesn't matter you're KOLs or you're community leaders or even you're individual as well, please do come and join us on our Twitter, Discords, or any social media that we have and participate in it. So win yourself a spot in the most fun social game in Blast Player.
Thank you so much, AA. And last but not least, I also would like to share that currently Ultiverse is participating a lot of events. For example, like we just wrapped up our OPPNB campaign, and we are also on OKX Cryptopedia. Right? So many exciting events, and we still have our daily raffles with our Discord server and on our Mission Rounder test platform. So friends, be sure to check it out because my goal for Q1 2024 is that I'm going to break my record in Q4 2023, which means we're going to post more than 500 raffles to our test platforms for our community members to win. And happy attending our live streaming session, happy attending our AMA session across different platforms. Once again, Lisa Moonlight, I'm from Ultiverse and very glad to have you all here. Would like to happily ends our session here. Thank you. See you next time.